Hello, and welcome to Elkan's Word for Today, the audio devotional. God bless you as you listen. Faith Lessons 5.0. For whatsoever things were written before time were written for our learning. Romans 15 verse 4. Series recap. There's more to faith than believe and receive. Faith is multifaceted, and there are various depths and dimensions of faith that will only be understood as the circumstances in which they are needed arise. This is a continuation of our previous series on Hebrews 11. We're exploring the different aspects of faith using the lives of the quote-unquote elders whose feats in faith earned them a spot in Hebrews 11. As you study the actions of these patriarchs, moving from character to character, you will learn lessons from their lives, observing how faith manifested itself, and see areas where you can practically apply it in your present-day circumstance. In the last series, we followed Elder Moses from his birth to the beginning of his ministry as a prophet/nation founder and learnt applicable faith lessons from his life. We now proceed further with him, but this time along with the rest of the Israelites in Egypt on the cusp of their epic deliverance. Series title: Faith Lessons from Hebrews 11, Day 44. Faith and Divine Priorities. Through faith he kept the Passover. Hebrews 11 verse 28. Having just previously spoken about Moses' escape from Pharaoh after killing an Egyptian, Hebrews 11:27, the next thing the inspired author of Hebrews mentions is the Passover, a time leap of over 40 years. Hebrews 11 is technically a summary of all the stories of the Old Testament. And since the way a person summarizes a story gives an insight into their priorities, we have as much to learn about God and His nature by observing the parts of the Old Testament that He highlights, as well as the parts that He skips. In his selection of the most important parts of the Old Testament that can teach us about faith in the Christ, the author of Hebrews skips over several events of the Exodus story that we are familiar with. He skips over Moses' life with Jethro, his marriage to Zipporah, the burning bush, the controversy of his son's circumcision, his return to Egypt, his confrontation of Pharaoh, the turning of his rod into a snake, the plagues of blood, frogs, lice, flies, disease on cattle, boils, hails, locusts, and darkness were all passed over to get straight to, the Passover. Humanly speaking, we'd expect to learn more about the extraordinary power of faith by studying the matter-altering miracles of sticks turning to snakes or rivers turning into blood than from analyzing the ancient rituals of some Semitic people living in Palestine 3,500 years ago. But as the Lord said in Isaiah 55 verse 9, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Hebrews 11:28 is thus a reminder to us that true faith works by understanding God's principles and not by sense knowledge or mental gymnastics. We'll continue on these thoughts tomorrow. More blessings await you today. You'll not miss them in Jesus' name.
This was an audio recording of Elkan's Word for Today, the devotional for growing believers by Greg Elkan. For more information on other edifying resources or to support this growing work, visit us at www.gregelkan.com. That's GREGELKAN.com. You can send your comments or questions by WhatsApp or Telegram to +234 813 664 2912. God bless you.